Hey everyone, it's your boy Animeachiharex, and today we're diving into another epic What If. This time, we're exploring what if Issei was the reincarnation of Yujiro Hanma Part 2, The Devil's Mistake. 2 days after the cafeteria incident, rumors about Issei Hayudu had spread through Kuo Academy like wildfire. Students whispered his name with both fear and curiosity. Some said he was a martial arts prodigy. Others claimed he wasn't human at all. To Issei, it didn't matter. He didn't care for rumors. He came to school, ate, fought no one, unless they were stupid enough to start something and left. But what no one realized was that even when silent, his aura demanded dominance. That day, the air felt thicker than usual. Something was coming. Cross Swords, Occult Research Club, afternoon. Rias Gremory sat at her desk, crimson hair shining in the dim light. Across from her stood Akino, Kiba, and Kaneko, each with serious expressions. Rias, he's not just strong. That boy's energy, it's wild, untamed. When I sensed it, it felt like the earth itself was trembling. Akino, smiling faintly, Era, maybe he's just a very confident human? Kiba, no human should make a room feel like it's being crushed under gravity. Kaneko, shortly, he's dangerous. Rias leaned back in her chair. Her crimson eyes gleamed. Rias, then we'll find out what he really is. Don't engage to kill, just observe. Understand him. Cityscape at dusk after school, behind the gym. The sun had begun to set, painting the sky in gold and red. Issei stood alone, leaning against the wall, his uniform sleeves rolled up, reading a cheap magazine. He heard them before he saw them. Quiet footsteps, barely audible, but not enough to hide from his instincts. Issei, you can come out now. 4 figures emerged. Rias, Akino, Kaneko, and Kiba. Rias smiled politely. Rias, you must be Issei Hayudu. You've made quite the impression these past few days. Issei looks up lazily. Yeah? I'm not really trying to impress anyone. Rias, then maybe you'll humor me. I'm curious about you. Issei, grinning slightly. Curiosity can get people hurt, you know? Kiba stepped forward, hand on his sword hilt. Kiba, we don't want trouble, but your energy, it's not normal. Issei, neither is yours. So what are you supposed to be? A fan club or a gang? Rias chuckled softly. Rias, we're devils. The word hung in the air. Most people would have flinched, panicked, or laughed it off. Issei didn't. He just smiled, slow, sharp, and cold. Issei, devils? Huh? Guess that explains the smell. Akino, smirking? Oh? And what do we smell like to you? Hayudu-kun. Issei, like weak things trying to act strong. Akino's smile froze. Kiba's eyes narrowed. Kaneko took a step forward. Kaneko, you're cocky. Issei, no. I'm honest. The tension was suffocating now. Kiba moved first, too fast for a normal human, drawing his sword and slashing in a blur. Issei's hand shot out. Clang. The sword stopped cold, gripped between Issei's bare fingers. The blade didn't even cut his skin. Kiba, shocked. What? Issei, smirking. You swing that thing like it's a toy. Before Kiba could react, Issei kicked the ground. The shockwave alone made dust explode outward, throwing Kiba back several feet. Akino raised her hand, electricity crackling in her palm. Akino, that was impressive, but she never finished. Issei vanished. In an instant, he was behind her. She felt the wind pressure against her back. His presence alone made her body freeze. Issei, quietly, you try that and I'll make you regret it. The crackling lightning in her hand faded. Even Rias took a step back, her instincts screaming danger. This wasn't power she could measure. It wasn't magic, demonic energy, or sacred gear enhancement. It was something real, something physical, and yet so overwhelming it bordered on divine wrath. Rias, you're not human, are you? Issei, born one. The rest, not my problem. He walked past them, hands in pockets, eyes cold. Issei, next time you want to test someone's strength, make sure you're not the ones getting crushed. As he disappeared around the corner, the group stood in silence. Even the wind seemed afraid to move. Kaneko, softly, he's a monster. Rias, quietly, almost to herself, no, he's something worse. He's an apex predator. And somewhere deep within Issei's soul, though no voice spoke, the Hanma bloodline pulsed, feeding the raw pride that came with being the strongest. The ogre walks among devils, and none shall tame him. The fallen's mistake. Night had settled over Kuo town. The streets were quiet, the moon bathing the world in silver light. Most students had gone home hours ago except one. Issei Hayadu walked alone down the empty road, hands in his pockets, head tilted slightly as if he were listening to something only he could hear. There was peace in his stride, but beneath that calm was an aura that twisted the air, thick and oppressive. Anyone nearby would have felt it, the instinctual fear that made lesser beings hesitate to breathe. He wasn't hunting anyone. He didn't need to. Predators like him attract challengers. And tonight one came, waxing crescent moon the encounter. From above, a shadow descended, dark wings spreading wide. A beautiful woman landed gracefully before him, her black feathers fluttering in the moonlight. Her smile was charming, but her eyes held arrogance. Fallen angel, Issei Hayadu, you've made quite the noise lately. Rumors spread fast, you know? Issei stops walking, glances at her. And who the hell are you supposed to be? Halloween decoration. Fallen angel smirks. You can call me Rainier. I was told to check on you. Issei tilted his head slightly, unimpressed. Issei, check on me? For what? Rainier, let's say, you've drawn too much attention. Devils, humans, and now us. You're interesting. She circled him slowly, her tone playful. Rainier, you don't have sacred gear energy, yet your aura makes devils hesitate. Tell me, human, what are you? Issei's gaze hardened, his grin faint but sharp. Issei, I'm the thing that keeps monsters like you up at night. Her smile faded slightly. Rainier, cute, but confidence can be dangerous. Black light gathered in her palm, forming a glowing light spear. Rainier, let's see if you can back that mouth up. She threw it. The spear screamed through the air, glowing white-hot, and Issei simply moved his head an inch. The spear missed. The ground behind him exploded, dust and debris flying. He didn't even blink. Issei, you done? Rainier frowned. She summoned another spear and launched it, faster this time. Then another. 3 in total, lightning fast, deadly. Issei caught one midair, with his bare hand. The holy light burned his skin slightly, smoke rising, but he just smiled wider. Issei, that actually stings a little. You almost made me feel alive. He crushed the spear. The holy energy shattered like glass. Rainier's confidence cracked. Rainier, what are you? Issei took a step forward. The ground under his foot cracked. His aura flared. Not magical, not divine, but animalistic, raw, pure dominance. Issei, you said you were told to check on me. Go back and tell whoever sent you. Next time they send someone weak, I'll send back bones. Rainier panicked and spread her wings, trying to take off, but in a blur, Issei appeared above her. He grabbed her by the face midair and slammed her into the ground with thunderous force. The impact shook the street, leaving a crater beneath them. Rainier coughed blood, her wings twitching. Issei, low growl. I told you, don't pick fights you can't survive. He released her, stood up, and dusted his hands off. Issei, now fly away before I change my mind. She looked up, trembling, the arrogance gone, replaced by pure terror. Without a word, she fled into the night, wings beating frantically. Milky Way aftermath. Issei stood alone again under the moonlight. His knuckles smoked faintly, the faint holy burn fading away. He looked up at the sky, eyes narrowing. Issei, devils, fallen. Angels. Doesn't matter who they are. They all think power comes from what you're born with. Smirks. Issei. They've never met a Hanma. The night breeze blew through his hair as he walked away, his silhouette cutting through the light like a blade. Somewhere above, unseen, Rias watched from a distance, her expression tense. Rias, softly. He defeated a fallen angel without magic? Aquino, quietly. No magic, no sacred gear, just raw strength. Rias, we're not dealing with a human anymore. We're dealing with a force of nature. And in the shadows, a faint demonic voice whispered through the air. Not from Issei's soul, but from the world itself. The ogre doesn't fight for survival. The world survives because he allows it. The fallen elite's challenge. Word of Issei Hayudu's unprecedented power had spread, not through gossip in Kuo Academy, but through the shadowed networks of supernatural beings. In the depths of the fallen angel's realm, Azazel reclined in his throne, crimson eyes narrowing at the intelligence report. Azazel. A human stronger than devils, faster than angels, and capable of fending off a fallen with nothing but his own body? A cruel smile formed across his face. Azazel. Interesting. Let's see how far his arrogance carries him. Without hesitation, he summoned an elite fallen angel, one of the deadliest fighters in his command. Valen, a tall, silver-haired warrior whose black armor shimmered like liquid night. His eyes glowed pale gold, filled with lethal precision. Azazel, go. Test him. And if he survives, bring me a reason to smile. Valen vanished in a swirl of dark energy, heading toward Kuo Town. Milky Way Kuo Town evening. Issei walked through the quiet streets, his broad shoulders casting a shadow over the cracked pavement. The air was calm, deceptively calm. From above, a faint shimmer appeared. A silhouette in black descended, wings slicing through the sky like knives. Valen. Issei Hayudu. Stand down, human. Issei turned slowly, hands in his pockets, his expression lazy, yet his gaze sharp, calculating every move. Issei, you're far from subtle. What's your name again? Valen. Call me Valen. I was sent to see if the rumors were true, if you're strong enough to matter. Issei smirked faintly. Issei, cute. And I'm guessing matter means die if I feel like it. Without further warning, Valen lunged. Wings spread. His speed blurred the air. Holy light flickering around his fists. Each strike aimed to kill in a single blow. High voltage the clash. Issei didn't move at first. He stood calmly, almost taunting, letting the first strikes come. Crash. The pavement behind him shattered. Rocks flew, but Issei didn't flinch. Valen's speed increased. A kick that could shatter stone, a punch faster than lightning. Yet Issei's body moved like water. He sidestepped effortlessly, letting Valen crash past him. Issei, is that all? You're going to have to try harder. The fallen angel's golden eyes narrowed. Each strike came faster, sharper, infused with energy meant to overwhelm. But every strike Issei dodged with ease. Then he moved, a blur. Not fast, but deliberate. His fist connected once, not to kill, but to measure. Boom! The shockwave alone sent Valen skidding back across the street, his armor cracking under the force. Valen staggered. His pride flared. He'd never been humiliated like this. Valen. Impossible. He's human. Issei's grin widened. His body tensed, muscles coiled like springs. Issei, you really think you can measure me? You're already beneath me. With a single step forward, Issei closed the distance. He didn't punch, he just grabbed Valen's arm, twisting it effortlessly. The silver-haired fallen screamed as bones threatened to snap, his armor groaning under the sheer pressure. Issei, one more move, and you won't be walking home tonight. Valen's energy flared, trying to push Issei back, but every ounce of his power wasn't enough. The ogre in human form was stronger, faster, and more precise than any supernatural he had ever faced. Milky Way the turning point. Valen tried one final desperate attack. Wings slashing, holy light blazing, Punches aimed at Issei's head and chest simultaneously. Issei didn't dodge. He didn't flinch. Issei, pathetic. He grabbed Valen by the chest mid-attack, crushing him against his palm like a ragdoll. The impact alone created a crater in the street. Dust, stone, and sparks flew everywhere. Issei, next time, think twice before challenging me. Valen groaned, defeated, barely able to lift himself off the ground. He finally realized the truth. This human wasn't just powerful. He was beyond anything a supernatural being could hope to defeat. Milky Way aftermath. As the dust settled, Issei stood tall, chest heaving slightly, eyes cold and calculating. The streets of Kuo were silent. Not a sound, not a soul dared to approach. Issei, send the next one if you want. Doesn't matter who. Somewhere, far above the clouds, Azazel's voice echoed faintly through the supernatural networks. Azazel, interesting, very interesting. The human truly is the ogre reborn. Perhaps he is the only one who can challenge the natural order. Issei walked away calmly, hands in pockets, muscles relaxed but coiled like steel springs. The fallen elite he had just crushed would live, barely, to carry the warning back. The world had just witnessed a monster in human form, and no one, devil, fallen, or angel, would underestimate him again. The ogre walks freely, and none shall stop him.